Welcome back to another episode of Skillet Talk. What's happening? I'm your host, Super DJ, and today we got a guest with us today. Tell them who you are.
Hello, y'all. My name is Key. I'm the host of Laughing Kiki podcast. I'm also a radio personality and an A&R.
So you're an A&R for like a radio station?
Yes, and Live Hip Hop Daily. So podcasting and music.
So what you do? You recruit the artists?
Yeah, I just be like, come to the platform, and then
So you don't work for like a you're not like for a label or nothing like that.
Not yet, no.
Oh, so when you say A&R, you basically just getting artists to like come on your podcast and.
Well, come on, not just my podcast, other people's podcasts as well, and radio shows, and I just put people on in different situations.
Okay, how long you been doing your podcast?
I've been doing my personal podcast for a year, but I've been in the podcast industry since I was 19.
And how old are you now?
26.
That's crazy. You're mature as hell. I give it to you.
Thank you.
So you are born and raised from Atlanta?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, a lot of people, right? Do you like living here?
Yes, I feel like everyone wants to come here, so why leave?
Yeah.
But if I did want to leave and move anywhere, it would be Vegas.
Vegas? Why Vegas?
Cause I just I started off like as a server and a bartender, and I still am. I got into the industry just by meeting the right people. Mm-hmm. So I just feel like I'll make a lot of money in Vegas.
Yeah, in Vegas, it's a lot of bodybuilders and porn. That's really what it's big for.
Oh.
Bodybuilding and porn. And did you know that?
No, I just know.
Yeah, that's what, like, it's a lot of, like, it's like the headquarters for bodybuilders, and that's what, like, the big name porn people headquarters is in Vegas, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well,
I was thinking about serving in parts. I was thinking about
I didn't know. I'm not saying you're going to do none of that. I'm just saying, like, because I got a homeboy that live out there in Vegas, and when I told him that, he said it makes sense.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, because that's all you see out there is that. He said you'll walk out the door and see a female big and swole because she been, they take steroids and shit out there. That's the only reason I want to move. Hold on, not for that part. I'm saying for like bodybuilding. So what you trying to do, like, far as being in Atlanta? What is your goals? Are you trying to, in music, I want to say, like, are you trying to work under a label, or what are you? Because when I watch your podcast, when you got artists on, you do great.
Thank you.
Even when you booking artists, like, you have people on your platform who I want on my platform. So whatever you're doing, you're good at it. So with you being so young, you got years on you to get to where you want to get to.
Well, my long-term goal when I'm like 30, 40 years old, I want to open my own studio. My dream is to have my own recording studio and my own podcast studios, but it's like one big complex. Mm-hmm. So that's what I want, my own studio, my own record label. I want that like further down the line. But for now, I just want to network and grow as much as I can. Like, I'm just trying to get my feet wet in whatever puddle I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you work with big artists now?
I started off, Lil J on the track is that's my real homeboy.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, the dude from Crime Mob.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I just know how to talk to people. And then with my old job I had, it allowed me to network and connect with a lot of people in the industry, and they just was like, oh, you seem nice, like, I'm gonna fuck with you.
Yeah.
So that's really all it was.
So the only thing you see yourself doing is not acting, but is music.
Well, music and podcasting, that's really it.
Okay. I mean, your podcast, you say you're taking a break right now?
Right now I'm on break. I'm trying to rebrand, like, I want to be more professional. So right now I'm trying to just like get merch together, get business cards together. So when I relaunch, it's even more official. It's even more serious, you know? Because I want to be super serious. I feel like my podcast isn't as serious as I want it to be.
Far as what? Because you make me think about, I'm silly, so on mine.
I like being silly, but it's like I'm a girl. Like, I want to be like a lady. Like, I want people to take me seriously.
Yeah, I understand.
So I feel like you gotta have like business cards, merch. You gotta be more official.
Yeah.
So I just want to, just upgrade a little bit.
See-
Add a little shot to it.
Yeah. So you kind of basically want to be more girly.
Not more girly, because my co-host is a man, so it's just
Yeah,
like,
but there's nothing wrong with you and your character.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
just like I'm just growing up. Like I used to think I was a little street hood nigga when I was going through that kind of phase, but now I'm like, I'm grown. This is serious business that I'm doing.
yeah, you only maturing.
I need to step it up.
Yeah. I mean, I took me a little break. I think it was about a good 4 or 5 months for me. But like, I really understand what you're saying. But what I've noticed about the podcast, I've been doing it 2 years in September, and what I've noticed since I've gotten into it, a lot of people has gotten out.
Cause it's so expensive.
True.
It's better to do it by yourself.
Yeah.
But when you work with it, I mean, to be honest, it's better to do it with a studio because it'll be like more official, it's more consistent.
Yeah.
You don't really gotta invest too much of your own money, and you gotta invest your time.
Yeah.
But it's I don't know.
And it's time with people because like you got a co-host, right?
Yeah.
And see, you have a it's just me. I did have a co-host, but we lived in 2 different cities trying to manage it, and it just didn't work. So I was like, I'm gonna just try to run it by myself and keep the pod alive. And I've been, doing it now by myself. I say about a year now, a year and some change. But the podcast has really, not mine, but I feel like everybody is at this moment right now is only the strong survive.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, because you'll have people like that was doing reels and throwing shit out. Now you don't even hear from them no more.
This is hard.
Yeah.
That's why when I stopped recording, I still got like 5, 6 episodes that I still haven't put out yet.
Why won't you drop them?
It's,
Get it out the way.
to be honest, one thing I didn't know, because at first I was always behind the camera, like working and doing stuff behind the camera. When I first started my internships, I just booked the people, made the phone calls, did the emails. Like I was used to being behind the scene. And then when I got on the scene, because I felt like I have so many connects, I can put these to use. Because it was some people who I thought was fire, who I thought was clean. And the people at my studio, none of the podcasters that was up and running, they didn't really want them.
Yeah.
And I was just like, well,
They
I
didn't want the
them.
artists.
Yeah, I was like, well, I want them. I think they're cool,
Yeah, but why didn't they want the artists? Well, it's
because they didn't know them, or they wasn't significant to them, or they didn't care, or they was girls, or they just didn't find it significant. But I found it significant, so I was like, if I made my own platform, I could make other people feel significant that I think is significant.
man, that's how I am.
Right. I think you're cool.
Yeah, I think you cool.
Yeah, cool.
We're both cool.
We're both really cool. What's your sign?
Sagittarius.
Oh, I'm a Cancer.
I don't even understand that stuff.
Period. I didn't think you would.
Yeah, but people always ask me that. But back to it, give the people some advice on podcasting, and we'll go. I'm gonna ask you the next one. Give them some advice, like, because you just mentioned
I didn't finish my thought. I remember.
you was talking about booking them and all, and people don't understand the stress behind that.
Yeah, because some
Booking
people
somebody.
cancel.
Not even artists, just booking a regular person.
To be honest, I feel like people who are famous for real, like the actual celebrities, like Shari, Lil J, people who are rappers for real, they don't play with your time. It be the regular, degular, schmegler,
Yep.
regular people who would just act like, oh, like they're a celebrity.
Yep.
And that's my biggest pet peeve, and that's what I really hate about.
And that's why a
the
lot of
industry.
them don't. To be
There's always people that like who you just book them just because
yeah.
you just felt like booking.
And they feel like they famous, and they famous before they even get famous.
Right, and like, like especially people who was like small artists or small businesses. Like that's kind of people I supported. So it's just like it was so disrespectful because like the folks who really popping like that, they don't even do that. Especially to me,
Yeah.
like they don't even do that.
Yeah.
So for someone who is lame to be trying to try me,
Yeah.
like this shit is lame. When I got people who are doing amazing, bigger things than everyone, you're not finna try me like that.
And I mean, I totally understand that because, like with me, if I book you and we agree on a day and time,
And you
and
disrespect
you
me.
play me, You ain't got. I ain't. I'm gonna play you smooth. I'm gonna talk to you like I'm cool or whatever. But don't come to me trying to get back.
But you want? But do you want to know what I do?
My shit came a long way.
Let me tell you what I do.
Yeah.
When I have that problem. So, but well, I do it with my own show, but I started it when I was working with the other podcast. I worked for Ear Hustling. That's when I started it. Now it'll be the regular schmegler people.
Yeah.
The Jane Does.
Yeah.
Them motherfuckers. Like say if they do a no call, no show on their interview, right? Like they don't tell you they finna go, like they ghost you around the interview time, right? So a situation happened where like a week later we had a bigger star on the show. I think it was this wasn't my show, it was Ear Hustling. It was Real Recognized Rio. Yeah, he a rapper, but he got a couple good songs out. So he came on, like, he a big star, like verified, like star. Mm-hmm. So like the next week he came on the show, and then the person who was an average person, he saw us post the content from the big artist, and the next week he was like, oh, on the day of on my show, I caught a flat tire and I had to go pick up mom.
Yeah, because now you want to bring his ass on.
Right, but here's what you do when stuff like that happens. You be like, okay, well, I put in my booking terms, if you miss an appointment, you have to. If you want to rebook, you have to pay.
Yeah.
Especially if I offered you an interview for free because I just wanted to.
Yeah.
Like if you would want to come back and you missed your free appointment spot, you have to pay, and it's $100.
Yeah.
And a $25 deposit.
And do they come through with it?
They don't come.
Yeah.
They be like, oh well, never mind, thank you, and they don't come.
Yeah, and niggas don't want to spend no money.
Yeah. Well, you missed the free opportunity, so now I'm gonna charge you.
Yeah. Okay. And but with me, with my podcast, I want merch, but the way I want to do, kind of want to do it myself.
Yeah, I'm doing mine myself.
Like, I don't want to have them to go to a website, and I don't want to put too much inventory in it, if that makes sense.
Well, you don't have to. You can just do it request by order. But at first, I was going to start off with just shirts for me and my co-host.
Yeah.
I wasn't really going to make a line of merch.
Yeah, because I want some Skillet Talk shirts and,
it's good because when you go to, like, networking events, you can wear your own brand.
Yeah.
And you put your QR code on it and be like, networking, and you can, like, scan.
See, but that's advice you telling them.
Oh, yeah. So that's something you can do. Well, that's what I haven't done it yet, but that's what I'm planning to do.
Yeah. Don't give.
So when y'all see us again, I'm going to have shirts.
Don't give them all your sauce, because these some stealing motherfuckers. They'll steal all your shit and swear they did it on their own.
I mean, everyone has merch. That's not like a...
Yeah, but I've never heard of the shit with a QR code on the back.
Oh, a QR code? That's what a lot of people do.
I ain't never heard
So you can subscribe to the YouTube, subscribe to what you follow the Instagram. They put the QR codes on the shirts.
Okay, now tell me if I'm wrong. What is the most platform that you get more interaction? Is it YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok? Or are you on TikTok?
I am on TikTok. I get most of my stuff from Reels. My YouTube is doing absolutely terrible, but I really
crazy.
My YouTube is awful. It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like I got all my clout and all that is on TikTok and Instagram. It's really Instagram Reels. I love Instagram. Me personally, for my own content, it does good on Instagram Reels.
Yeah.
I made a little bit of bread, like a little tiny bread, probably like the butt piece of bread.
Yeah.
I made like that much money from
crumb.
Reels.
Yeah.
I made some crumbs from Instagram Reels, but I like Instagram Reels. I like TikTok. I get a lot of views on I get a lot of people who subscribe to my YouTube off the TikTok.
Yeah.
But that's kind of it. Like, but my YouTube numbers are not cute.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Like
But this is tea. Apparently, this is tea. I did about 50 episodes, so I can't put all that onto the YouTube shorts. But apparently, how to get your
the same.
YouTube,
but if you think about it, it's the same thing.
It's the same thing as Reels.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and TikToks.
So, but they were saying if you want your YouTube videos to get more, you put it on that. So I said for my second semester, I'll just start. Not my second semester, my second term of the pod. Like when I start back up, I was gonna put my new content on.
Now we could do this together. We could be pod friends.
Yeah, I have a lot of pod friends.
We can give each other advice because this is a challenge for me.
My YouTube is trash too.
But what I've noticed is YouTube Shorts.
Yeah, that's where the money is apparently.
Now, it's this girl. I don't know if you know her, but she told me about this app, and I might put it on the screen when I edit. But it's this app that this girl Ellie told me about.
Oh, Ellie.
That's why I said it like that.
Oh, we love Ellie.
Yeah,
You talking about from Entrepreneurs?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
my mentor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She told me about an app, and I haven't started paying for it yet.
You talking about the AI app that uploads the content for you?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it'll make like 15 to 20 real shorts for you. So what I'm thinking, I haven't paid for it. What I do is I go in there and use all my credits up.
Oh.
And then I'll wait.
Okay, I'll call when I get done. Ask her what it's called.
Oh, I know what it's called.
What's it called?
Optim or something like this.
Yeah, she was telling me about that. I didn't listen.
But I'm telling you, you should have listened.
Yeah.
Cause when you put it in there, you can put the podcast link in there, and what it's gonna do is you can even tell it basically what you wanted to say or the points you want to make reels from, and it'll just spit them out.
Wow.
However long you want them, the 30 seconds, minute, all of them.
Damn.
You choose it, and what I've been doing, I've been choosing 1 minute to 90 seconds. So I can make, if I do start getting paid for it, you have to be like a minute or something. So that's what I've been doing. And that's like my plan going forward. Like I'm finna get serious about.
Me too.
I'm finna get serious about shorts, reels, and TikToks. But I'm not gonna lie. I'm more of a shy dude, right? So what I don't want to do is, I be thinking, oh, I don't want to put too many reels out there, because I don't want to get on their nerves.
To be honest, I try to space them out. I feel like, okay, it's time for new content. You
Yeah.
know? That's when I'd be okay, put it out. But for me, making content gives me so much anxiety.
Yeah.
It's just like, even though I've been podcasting for a long time, I've been on all kind of shows. I done did so much. I done hosted all kind of events. I done did all kind of stuff. I still get anxiety seeing myself on camera. And then be like, so I'm like, oh, I look good. Then be like, oh my God, I look terrible.
What?
So, yes. That's like the main thing that's really holding back my growth on my pod. I get so much anxiety.
So what is your anxiety from?
Cause I just be like, oh my gosh, like I sound like that, I look like that, like.
Is it a mind thing or?
Yeah, it's like I think it's just a girl thing.
No. Because if you saying it like that, it's like, because I don't, but you are who you are.
Right.
I don't see nothing wrong, but like I say, you are who you are, so I can't be the one to say, girl, you look good, and then you walk out and be like, fuck.
Right, because that's your own thing.
You saw how it was before I started court. I said, let me make sure this stomach out. Let me make sure these titties put up,
I know that's right.
Because I don't, but then in real life, I don't give a fuck.
I don't care.
I'm just doing that now, and when I'm editing this shit, like, I'm going to be laughing that I just said that, like, because that's just how I am. I've been fat all my damn life.
Me too.
So why am I even worried about, how I look or whatever?
Well, yeah.
But it's different, like you said, it is different from women. Y'all are
I'm a girl.
a little bit more extra. But I honestly don't be giving a fuck. I just run it. Because I know I done had more better days than bad days. Okay, back to the artists, and I'm going to get off of this. I got away from booking artists. When I first started, because there's so many artists in Atlanta. So I started.
And they all want to be seen.
They do, but they don't know how to direct, if that makes sense.
What do you mean?
Okay, I'm going to say this. You have an artist that's doing great in the street, right? But they don't have guidance. So a lot of people, when they get managers and they sign a record deal, it's because they are the craft, but they need somebody. It's like when you
do it for them. To do all the hard work for them.
They know the artist side of it, but they haven't mastered the business of it.
But there's two types of people I've seen. Well, there's really three. There's three types of people I've seen in the industry. It's some who have a manager, everything together. I'm talking the content and their music is good. There's that. That's the type A artist. Like their promotion is good, their team is good, their content is good, they're good. Like they're just A's across the board, right?
Yeah.
There's that artist. Then there's artist B. They got really great management, good promotion, the great team. Their music is trash.
Yeah.
Then there's type C.
She said their music is trash.
Then there's type C. Their music is amazing. Their music is great, but their team is absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
So those.
But in my opinion, how can your team be horrible? You picked the team.
Yeah, but it's like, some people have like their family or their friends or like
True.
It could be a whole bunch of different things, or they could have people who fuck with them but they don't really care.
Yeah, you're right, because that's a lot of people when they first get in is always the dad or the uncle or the cousin or brother that's the manager and handling business.
Sometimes you can't have your family manage your business. Sometimes I manage my cousin.
Yeah.
But like sometimes you can't have your family manage your business because there's some family that is jealous of you.
Yeah, and they probably
Don't know.
Yeah, and they probably know a little bit, but shit, you might get with Coach. I know you know Coach and Coach K.
Yeah.
You might get with Coach K, and he gonna take you from here to the damn moon.
Right.
So they just helped you get to where you at, to where you need to be noticed by the Coach K's.
Yep.
What advice would you give these rappers? Because I would think about
To be honest, like, do it yourself. Like, if you feel like you're not getting as much exposure as you need, don't be scared to put yourself out there, even if that's like not you. I feel like, because that's how I got everything. I'm just a regular person who just got lucky and started a career out of that. Mm-hmm. But it's just like, I feel you got to put yourself into those spaces. Like, don't say you want to be a rapper. Don't say you want to be a model or whatever you want to do. And you're not like putting yourself in those rooms to do it or taking the steps it is to do it, because I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, but you got a lot of them, man. They don't.
Like, you never really put in the work for it. You know? Like, you didn't try.
Yeah, you gotta grind hard for it, because it'll slip through your damn fingers. And then you be looking crazy. But let me say this too. What I want to bring to my show is rappers freestyling or rapping their music, not right here, but on the show. But I really don't want to fuck with them fucking rappers, man. I don't want that.
What you mean?
I don't want, they bougie, they babies, they pussified. You get what what I'm saying? They too, like the girls are worse.
Let me tell you something. Let me give you some fun story times when I was an assistant. But when I was like 19, when I first started, and I was just working for Ear Hustling. Mm-hmm. You knew what podcast I came from, right?
Who?
It was Ear Hustling.
Yeah, you just told me.
Yeah, I came from them.
Yeah.
I thought you had, you knew about them, but you should check them out too. So I came from Ear Hustling, and at first I was just their assistant. I said I was booking the calls, finding the people. Basically, I was putting the people in there. That's what I was doing. I was doing the A&R work for Ear Hustling. So it was this one girl. So we asked her, they told me they wanted some bad bitches. So I was okay, cool. So
the host.
Yeah, like the host of the show, he was like, I need you to bring me on some fine shit. I was okay, period. So I was trying to find me some bad bitches who be doing podcasting.
Yeah.
Who be, who want to come on. And I found this one girl, and she was like, she did podcasts too, but she was also like a porn star. Mm-hmm. Or some shit like that. And then like I DM'd her like, hey, we want you on our show. But I DM'd her off of the main account, and that account was 2 boys. So it's me. I'm a girl. I'm typing to her, but like she thinks this is she thinks this is a man talking to her.
Yeah.
But she don't know it's me on the page.
But what should it even matter if they got a platform?
No, let me tell you. And then they do numbers like Ear Hustling does numbers.
Yeah.
So I DM'd her, trying to get her to come on the show. She was like, y'all need to pay for my hair. My hair is $400. If you want me to come on y'all show, you need to pay me. You need to get my hair done. And I was like, ma'am, we don't do that. Thank you for your time. Well, thank you for your response. Have a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the crazy thing for me.
That was
is
the craziest thing.
It's the charging for me.
And then this one girl, she had like no followers. Like she probably had like 1,000.
Them
followers.
be the worst one.
She probably had like 1,000 followers. She had like one song out. And she was like, "Oh, you want me to come on y'all podcast?" But I think the host, he had liked her music or heard it before and liked her music or saw her at like her performing her song at the club. Mm-hmm. So he had fucked with it. So he asked me to reach out to her, and I reached out to her, and she was like, "Oh, you want me to come on y'all show? You need to pay me $600."
Man, that ain't nothing. I be having girls that say 1,000 for me.
Why?
I don't know, and
like you think you LeBron James? Like you think you is like?
I don't know what they think they gonna
champs.
do for $1,000.
What the fuck you think you finna do for $1,000?
Dude, you finna do a podcast and suck some dick.
Right.
I ain't finna get. Dude, I would be a fucking fool. I have, paid for some people.
I've never done that.
I have because I feel that's far as.
How much have you paid?
I ain't gonna tell you now. I'm gonna tell you off camera.
Okay, babe, we'll talk about that later.
But wow. I feel like, and I'm finna give y'all some sauce. I want to write a book, right?
I'm writing a book.
I want to write a book called The Power of Collaborations. And that's one of them. Sometimes you have to pay for collaborations. The more collaborations you do, okay, I'm going to say it like this. Since I started doing this podcast by myself, right, and just bringing people on, I get more followers.
Yeah.
I get more views. Why? Because
it's real, it's genuine.
No, it's not.
Oh,
they nosy. Oh. It's my folks, and then now I got Kiki folks finna see what she did on his shit.
Right.
Now it's my side and your side on one platform looking. Yep. Versus just my people. Okay, like, fuck it, I'll tell you off air. But there's one girl that I had on here. She, I did like 1,000 views, and on YouTube, that was good for me. I had one guy, this was 2 years ago, he was big in box trucking. And I did like 20-some thousand views on that, just on YouTube. I'm not talking about the TikToks and shit. I'm talking about YouTube only. And to me, that's really
big.
I ain't gonna cap you down. If I see 500, 300 views,
I'm geeking.
I'm like, whoa, boy, you better show out. You hear me? I'll be excited, but I have shit I put out on YouTube. I be embarrassed. I be like, stay focused.
Right, like that's not gonna discourage me, but it's weird because like, it won't do no numbers on YouTube, but it'll do really good when I post the content from it. It'll do great.
Yeah, but that shit will drive you crazy though.
It will.
It'll,
especially when you got people in your ear telling you like, oh, your YouTube's only getting like that many views, like family, friends, exes, like they just be like, oh, she ain't doing shit,
Especially when they say your little podcast.
Yeah, your little show, oh my God.
That shit it's like a little kid. You know how little kids be like,
your little toy,
and do that and break out running because they feelings hurt.
Yeah.
That's how I be. Well, I don't care if he see this shit, nigga. I had my uncle to say that, and they broke my heart. That nigga said, "What's up, nigga?" That nigga smoking a cigarette. He said, "Nigga, I heard about your little podcast. Who you be having on there?" What? And I was like, hold on. I said, hold on.
What really drives? I'm not gonna say which family member say, but what drives me crazy? I got a family member that be like, they older though, but they know better. But they older, but they know. They be like, your little iPod, your little iPod.
Yeah.
She called it a little iPod.
What they talk? The show?
My podcast. She called
it's somebody old.
Yeah, it's an older, like your little iPod, but like they know podcast.
They know and they been.
Or you could have just say show, but they'd be like, yeah, your little iPod, your little tablet.
Yeah.
But like they dead serious.
But if you get all the way up there though,
they call it an iPod.
That's gonna be you as the favorite niece, granddaughter.
I know who all
type of shit. Sister.
I know who my brother is. I know who my sisters are. I know who my mama is. I know who my daddy is. I got only a few cousins. I don't know, y'all.
All right, let's get into this game and then we'll be done. All right, this game that I have is called Vibing, Chilling, Chilling, and Vibing.
Okay.
And usually they take shots if they don't want to answer the question. But
Do you have shots?
I didn't know you say you didn't drink, right?
When I said that,
It's too early to drink.
I've never said
We
that.
filming this shit early.
Oh, dang. It's like 3. It's like
You ain't
4.
finna have me drunk and you finna go to work.
I'm not going to
Where
work.
you going?
Going back home.
To do nothing.
I mean, I'm going back home, but I might run some errands while I'm out.
We don't need to be talking about that on Okay. All right, now. What is your ideal relationship?
One where we can grow together and connect together. I want somebody who has the same business plans as me. Somebody, me. I want to be the auntie that do the Thanksgiving, the one that hosts the cookouts. I want to be the one cooking the macaroni cheese. I want my husband putting stuff on the grill. That's what I want. I want like.
You want kids?
Oh yeah, I want kids when when I made it. Like I want my kids to be like, dang, like my mama is cool as hell.
Yeah.
That's what I want. So I don't have any kids yet, but I want to have kids when like I'm out of college and I'm grown. Yeah.
So your ideal relationship is basically
Somebody who want to do family stuff and business stuff, and we can both do that together.
But you don't want like because I don't mean no harm when I say this, but sometimes men like that can turn weak.
What you mean?
When they become what you want, I feel like it's a mind thing, and it's just my opinion. When a woman and a man too, when they get what they want, they get bored. And I'm only speaking on men because I'm speaking to the happy wife, happy life men. I hate those men because they're suckers. In my opinion, you're a sucker. You're a sucker because you've stripped away your respect in your house. What you think?
I mean, you have to give me a scenario.
I mean, happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, but it's just like
If you live your life every day,
based on what your wife want to do.
what your wife want to do, what she say, how your day finna go, all that shit, you a sucker to me. Because I've seen so many old heads right now, old heads that'll rush me to get married and to tell me how the fucking stop, how the cooking don't happen, all type of shit. But when they first got with their wives and shit, it was all of that. And in my opinion, that's because they became a sucker. The woman lose respect for the man.
Are you saying like the wife became like masculine or the man lost their masculinity?
Because you allow your wife to run and control everything. I hate when men say this. When they ask about like a bill or something, right? Oh man, I don't do that. I let my wife do that. You let your wife do everything?
Pay the bills?
Yeah. No, not paying them like out of pocket.
Just take care of
keeping up, making sure they pay. I feel like
that's a man's job.
Even with, I mean, you got no. What I'm saying, not come physically.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying like keeping track of when it's due.
Yeah, like rent due on the first, like being this, whatever.
That is a man's job.
But a lot of women do that.
I mean, I get that because some men are forgetful. A woman might keep a schedule or agenda. Mm-hmm. Like I'm someone who'll be like, okay, well, this is due that day. So I can get where that can come from.
Yeah.
But a big bill like rent, well, everyone knows rent due on the first.
Yeah.
But as a man, you should be taking care of that.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to think about rent. You should be doing that.
But you got men that they don't go to the grocery store. I love going to the grocery store.
Oh. Yeah. I go to the grocery store for my man.
I love cooking. I love cleaning. I would scrub my floors.
I feel like I can't concentrate if my house is dirty.
Me either.
I can't, like, if I got shit to do, if my house is dirty, I can't do it. Like if I have to like get some homework done, get some work done, get some emails out the way, I can't do that if my house is dirty. I have to clean my whole house and then do my work.
Yeah. But see me,
I wouldn't be able to focus.
But that's the thing what I'm saying. That man, I've seen men die. I've seen men in the hospital can't work no more because all they did was work for their family every day, all day.
You feel like a man shouldn't do that?
No.
Okay.
Hear
Do you
me
have
out
kids?
now. Yes, I do, but hear me
How many
out.
kids you got?
One.
Are you married?
No.
You don't got no girlfriend?
Yeah.
Your mama?
Yeah.
Okay.
But hear me. My dad, I'm going to give you an example from my dad, right? And we got off the topic of the game because you still got some more questions. But my dad worked all the fucking time. He was over the road on the truck. And I saw that part, but he told me after he got diagnosed with kidney failure. He worked all he was taught. My great granddaddy taught him, work for your family, make sure they straight. And I get that. I will too. But guess what? My daddy had to get a new kidney. He finally got one because that happened when I was a kid. But when I got older and understood it, he was like, man, I was over the road eating all that food. He said, if I go get gas for that truck, I'm finna go in there and get me 3 Big Macs, the fried chicken, all that shit. And he over the road doing this. What they do all day?
They just drive.
Sitting down.
Right.
And all that shit, his heart, he was all that shit. He ain't working. My dad ain't worked in 20 years, over 20 years. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel, and it took away from me too as his son. I'm his only son. Because my dad ain't never come. I hate sports. I hate sports today because my dad or nobody never came to my fucking game because he was over the road. He ain't never played football, catch with me, no type of shit. And it's because of he was always working.
Well, can you be mad at him for that?
Yes.
No,
I do that with my daughter now. If I have a moment where I feel like I'm working too much and I can't do things with her, I'm gonna stop because it make me reflect on how I was when my dad couldn't make this, couldn't come do this or do that. So I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna get there and I'm gonna do it. Try to be the best dad I can be. And I know I love my daddy to death. But I know I'm a better dad than he was. He got me everything I wanted, though.
He was probably trying to just do what he thought was right. So you can't really blame him. You know? You can't really be like, you was like terrible dad. You can't really say that because he was doing what he was told. Yeah. He thought you provided, y'all wasn't, fucked up.
Yeah, and a lot of
parents that think like that.
That's why they say, why they don't understand that they say, okay, a 30-year-old or a 40-year-old don't look like a 30-year-old or 40-year-old 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Because we take care of ourselves. We don't overwork ourselves. You ain't finna overwork yourself.
I'm not.
But if you go back to, let's say, if you was raised in 2000, you'll be working like a fucking dog because that's what you think you're supposed to do. If you go back to, like, say if you was 22, you 22 in 2000, right? It's 2001.
I probably had a mortgage by then. I probably had like a mortgage or something.
Because they will force you to do what?
Work.
And get a house and do that shit. Listen, man, and I hope my mama don't see this shit. But my stepdaddy worked 2 jobs, right? My mama, she stayed at home. And we finna ask some more questions. And my mama stayed at home. And he took his stuff in. He, everybody that was in they little circle when they was growing up, that was married. Yeah, that's you. But everybody that was in a circle, they ain't married no more. And there was a bunch of them. It was like maybe 6 couples, and ain't none of them with their husband no more. All right, let me ask you one more question and we'll be done. Yeah, but that shit, I get real deep into that shit.
Me too. I love to talk about it.
All right. All right, one more question. What is your biggest turn on about a man?
he handle his business. Like, or a man that don't make excuses. Like, as soon as you start making excuses of why you can't do this, why you can't do that, but not even about our relationship, for yourself. Like, for example, it was this guy, and he worked at, let's just say he worked at a fast food job, right? But he really was like an athlete, and he really wanted to be a firefighter. And he was in shape and like in the right capacity to be a firefighter. So I was just like, you can like just go up to the fire station and see if they're hiring or see what you can do.
Yeah, because I think they send you through training.
Yeah, like you can go up, you can try, you can go up, you can call up there to see if they're hiring or get started on that.
Yeah.
You'd just be like, oh no, I mean, this pays the bills, I'm fine.
What pays the bill?
The fast food job.
Oh, yeah, he didn't want to. Damn, he didn't want to grow from fast food?
Yeah, and he's like 23.
Yeah.
And I was just like, but he has dreams. I was like, you better see about it now before you get too old and you're not in shape no more.
Yeah, you're right.
So I was just like, you can do that. Like, that's not like a unrealistic goal, you know? Because some people, they be having goals that's not realistic. Like, oh, I'm going to be the biggest rapper by next year, or goals that's not that attainable, not that reachable. But if you have goals that are reachable, that are attainable, like going to the gym or starting a business, that's things you can do tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I really be looking down on people that be like, oh, I want to do this. I'm like, you can like do that. Like, you can start to do that.
Yeah, you can.
So that's my biggest turn off with men, like being in full capacity to follow your dreams and don't.
Yeah, and do what you. Okay, I understand.
Yeah, that's a turn off. Like, no.
I mean, nobody should make excuses.
Yeah, no one should make excuses, but my man might not be making excuses. If my man say he wanna take a trip to Cali tomorrow, I'm be like, okay, well, let's go see how much tickets cost.
Yeah.
Go figure out how much it costs.
It shouldn't be nothing. Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Like, if that's what you want to do, like, I don't see a problem in trying or doing the research or at least making an effort to see, can you do it, you know?
Yeah,
I don't like that. What is your biggest turn off in a woman?
My biggest turn off in a woman is not staying on their shit. I feel like it's 2024. Have something you're doing. Have something you're doing and you love doing it. And a biggest turn off too is health too. Like, and I'm not saying like being a certain size. I'm saying like have some times where you do some fasts. Like, go on a one day eat type shit. Drink your gallon of water some days.
Like, you don't care,
I don't care. I want to.
No, like when a woman like doesn't care, because like, yeah, you should fast, or if if you already big, you should want to be smaller.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not even about size. It's just
or healthier.
Do something that's gonna keep you here a little longer. Cause I don't want. And the reason I say this, my throat getting thick. Just think, you know what that means. You're gonna cry when your throat get thick. Oh. But I've seen so many people die, man, so young. And it's because they, drinking every day, all day, smoking all day. And like, I be telling young people, I had one dude ask me for some advice. He was just bullshitting, but then it hit him. He said, man, what's 3 advices? But the one that got him was, I said, man, learn to control your addictions. Learn to know when it's becoming an addiction. And if you're doing it too much and it ain't benefiting your life, get rid of it. Because once it becomes an addiction, it's going to be hard to take it out your life. I'm telling you. And that one there, it fucked him up. Because and this dude, he was like, it was a couple years ago, and at the time, he was like 24, 25. And when I'm just talking to him, because I'm in my 30s. So I'm just, rapping to him. But when I told him that, he understood what I was saying. And, just because people, man, if they can go back, that's like me. If I can go back, I would have never started drinking. I would have never started smoking. None of that shit. Like, because who I feel, who God's keep telling me that I want to be, he keep revealing to me. It's like I see myself in my head of who he gonna be once I stop getting rid of all these habits. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and that's me. I'm done.
Personally, like with what you're saying, I always said that is what I would do when I became a mom. Like I said, I want to have as much fun and be as reckless and as crazy as possible before I have kids. Because when I have kids, I'm not drinking like that. I'm not smoking. I most likely will not be smoking weed no more. I'm not going to want to go to the club like that. Like,
But you don't have to do it now.
yeah, I'm not doing that now.
I mean, like,
I'm
when
young
I'm-
in turn, but
When you can have moments. You can't tell me 7 days in a week, right? It's not 2 days out the week that you can't make time to go walk 30 minutes. 7 days in a week you can't make sure, meaning, and I'll show you when we get done because I got a gallon of water in the freeze right now. At least 2 to 3 days a week, make sure you drink an entire gallon of water to flush yourself out.
Yep.
Or you can't intermittent fast, or you can't, you can't tell me that at your age right now because
can't do that.
you don't have kids. You have responsibility, but you don't have a responsibility of a person with 4 kids with a mortgage and 2 car notes and insurance as high as do it now. So when it comes to that point, oh, I remember I used to do this when I was, because by then you're going to scale up. Right now you have to have a baseline of where you got started. So you're 22 now, right? When you get 32, and let's say you have a kid and you 32 and you married, it's not going to be nothing. And you'll be able to tell him, shit, babe, I started doing intermittent fasting when I was 22, and you start showing him pictures, because God might get you to be slim as hell, and you show him pictures, and in 3 months, I lost 40 pounds. You'll have something to refer back to. And then what you refer back to, you can critique it and make it better when you're 32 or when you're 26 or when you're 28. You got to know from somewhere. Tell these folks where they can find you. Because we didn't went to the Bible and everything.
We didn't play our game.
Yeah, we did.
That was the game?
Yeah, it's just asking a few questions. But tell these folks where they can find you at, and you can talk. Come back over this way. Yeah, so you talking to this camera right here.
I'm right here.
Yeah, there you go. That's perfect.
All right. My name is Kiara. You can find me on IG at KEYARRXHH. That's on IG. My podcast page is Laughing Kiki Pod. Same as YouTube. And yeah, that's where y'all can find me at. It was a pleasure to be on your show.
Pleasure to
Very
meet
grateful.
you too.
Pleasure to
Even though you did this the whole time.
Cause like, dang.
But you know where to find me at. Skillet Talk, YouTube, TikTok, IG, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that shit. You know where to find me. If you want to come on the show, let me know. Email me or wherever you see this at. Just send a message. I am Super DJ, and I appreciate you. Boom.